This timeout is brought to you by Blow the Whistle Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful turkey day. Oh my goodness, these games today was something else. Let's jump right into the first one. The Green Bay Packers go down to Detroit to play the Detroit Lions. And as you all see, the Detroit Lions are a shadow of their former self without Sam Laporta. Without Sam Laporta, the Detroit Lions are not the Detroit Lions. They're the Lions of Detroit. They just don't have it. Sam Laporta is that safety target. Sam Laporta is their go-to. Without Sam Laporta, there are no Detroit Lions. They have a decent offense, but with Dan Campbell at the helm, being the coach, being the man that likes to go for it on fourth down, being the man that even when they had Sam Laporta and they would cross the 50, he would go for it and not reward his team. Now you can imagine now when it's not so easy to get across that 50, and he's the same guy still going for it, still taking those chances instead of putting the points on the board. The Detroit Lions, it's a wrap for the season. A wrap. It is what it is. You guys will be fine. Sam Laporta had a back issue. He had something done to his back, and he's just fine rehabbing now. But next year for the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, they look decent, but without Reed, they're not going to be able to do it either. So two teams, nice game, but the Green Bay Packers, that's about it. You're going to see flashes. You're going to see them. They're going to wobble. They're going to make moves. Jordan Love, he's out there and he has those wide receivers that do show up for him from time to time, but the running back's not 100%. They don't have their number one target. Detroit done. Green Bay done. And Green Bay has a decent record. But I don't care as they run deep, as they get to these teams that are 100%, they're not going to be able to hold on. But moving on through our Turkey Day, the next game we have to talk about, the Kansas City Chiefs went down there to Texas to stink it up. Or can you really call it a stink up? But what we can say is all you guys that complained the last 3 seasons before they lost the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles, your complaints did not go unheard. They did not go unheard. I mean, look at it. You guys said that the Kansas City Chiefs were getting favorable calls from the referees and that the referees were taking care of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I'm not a Kansas City fan. I can care less about Kansas City or the team they play, the Dallas Cowboys, but I got to keep it real. And keeping it real, meaning the Kansas City Chiefs, they did get some questionable calls. I will say that, but it wasn't all what you guys were saying. The Kansas City Chiefs were just that good. And now this season, you can sock Patrick Mahomes in the eye in front of the referees, and you can probably get away with it. And they'll act like they didn't see it. And they won't make a call on a call that was clear that they should have made a call on. It's clear that the Kansas City Chiefs will not get any calls this season. So their season is a rapola also. But what the shame about this is, and all of you guys can agree, you guys let the Dallas Cowboys, by your complaints, you let the Dallas Cowboys slip up in there, and now look what do we have on our hands. Now, in the morning, probably already before you even go to sleep, your phone is blowing up because everybody has a Dallas Cowboy fan that's in their Rolodex that is now asking you, what now? What now? And I got to keep it real. The Dallas Cowboys did not disappoint, and they look pretty doggone good. Pretty doggone good. So If you're not gonna say it, I'ma say it. How about them boys? How about them boys? Hey, I didn't have hey, don't hate the messenger. Hate what's going on. But what I can say about those Dallas Cowboys, the week before, they beat the Super Bowl champs. Not only did they beat them, they came back from a 21-point deficit and beat them like they stole something. And then this week, smacked around Patrick Mahomes in Dallas. I promise you, it looked like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Perkins took them around back and took their shirts off and put hands on them. Put hands on poor Patrick Mahomes. He kept trying to crawl out and they kept dragging him back in. Dak Prescott, he was seen kicking him in his stomach. Don't hate the messenger. I'm just saying. That's what happened. And the Dallas Cowboy fans is about to give us all the business. Not they're due. They're due. Their defense looked better than decent against the Kansas City Chiefs. It looked like they woke up in that Philadelphia game. They got tired of getting talked bad about. They got tired of people's mouths. And now they done took their belt off and they done whipped both people who was in the Super Bowl last season. And for the until next Sunday, we gonna hear it. You gonna hear it. Everybody gonna hear it. How about them boys? Now let's move on to the last game of the night. The Baltimore Ravens played the Cincinnati Bengals, who's a wash for the season. Joe Burrow, they didn't even want Joe Burrow to show up. They wanted him to stay deactivated until next season. And Joe Burrow said, no, 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 no. Make me a special shoe, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to show y'all what I can do. And y'all let me know, was Lamar Jackson on the field? I mean, I saw his name, I saw his jersey, but what was he doing? Now, I know here on Blood or Whistle Sports, I am very, very critical of Lamar Jackson because I consider him one of our elite, one of our best. And I always say that he does too much during the season. But by me saying that, I didn't mean for him to shut down and not do anything at all. And I mean, Coach Harbaugh, if Lamar's having issues, and let's not put it all on Lamar because my boy Flowers, my fantasy football wide receiver, didn't do nothing. Fumble, drop passes. What was he doing? I have to ask. I need somebody to call Harbaugh and tell me was the whole team at Magic City or something? They just all looked terrible. The only person who stood up was Derrick Henry. And Harbaugh only gave him 10 dang on carries. You have a team that when somebody is not reacting right, you could have rolled the workhorse. But they chose not to. They chose to take this L to the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow came back after not playing how many games? Hey, oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is crazy. But y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m., Blow the Whistle Sports. We going to go over it all. Me and my co-host, Stephen Rubain, we going to go over all these games, and y'all can call in and drop your comments. But drop them in the comments below now and let me know, am I justified in the way I feel today?